Jay here, Stretford, Paddock. This is the Paper Talk. As you can see, I'm not outside Old Trafford. I'm not in the studio. I'm in my kitchen, and it's a bit cloudy in not too sunny Salford this morning. There's a few stories to get through. Obviously, we've got the game against Nottingham Forest in the FA Cup later on. We're going to be back for that one. Myself, Joe Smith, I think Ronaldo Brown's going to be joining us as well. Plus, we'll be getting all the reaction and stuff from the likes of Howson, Stephen Howson, obviously, and Andy Tate. So make sure you are hitting like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of that good stuff. Now, it seems as though, judging from some of the stories doing the rounds this morning, preparation for tonight's game couldn't be going much worse, to be honest with you. There's a couple of stories. Some of them are from yesterday evening, but I'll go into them anyway, and some are from this morning. There's one here from Jamie Jackson, who we had on the channel recently. He's been on the channel loads of times. And this is in The Guardian, where Jamie writes, and he says, some Manchester United players asked for the day off after defeat by Fulham. It says here, a number of Manchester United players complained to coaching staff that they wanted Sunday off after the 2-1 defeat by Fulham on Saturday, despite Erik ten Hag's squad usually going in after a match day for warm downs and video analysis. The request caused surprise given the insipid display and it being part of the manager's normal routine. It was rejected by staff who reminded the players of their commitments, with Ten Hag thought to be unaware. I mean, it also goes on to say, in November, The Guardian revealed that a section of United players believed the team's poor start was down to Ten Hag overworking the squad in pre-season. If this is true, and I'll be honest with you, I put a lot of weight in what Jamie Jackson writes. I know he's an experienced journalist who has his sources and does his, due diligence. He doesn't just make things up. It's massively deflating to me to hear this. I get that players may feel fatigued. We had a big pre-season. We probably played too many matches in pre-season. And you might look at it and go, look, if you're tired, you're tired. You got to be honest about that. But United players should be able to play the amount of games we've got in a minute. We're out of Europe. We're not even in the Europa League. So it's not like the games are as hectic as they were. And also, if you look at that display, my issue with that is you might go, well, okay, if the players are feeling tired, they're feeling fatigued, that could be an issue. And maybe they're right to ask for a day off. But it looked like, to me, it wasn't tiredness that was the issue. I mean, I'm loath to agree with Jamie Carragher, but you saw his analysis on, I think it was on Monday Night Football or whatever it was on Sky. And from the first sort of minute, it looked like the team didn't quite know what they were meant to be doing. I don't put that down to tiredness. In fact, you could probably put it down to coaching and understanding. So I think taking the day off, for me, feels a little bit strange. And also, if the day you're coming in is to do warm down and video analysis, it's not like you're coming in to do something that's going to exacerbate your sort of fatigue if you are feeling a bit knackered. You're not coming in to be doing, sort of some hardcore training and long distance running or whatever. So, well, bleep tests, is that even still a thing? Show me age. Yeah, it's a little bit surprising that the players have asked for this. If it is true, and I've no reason to believe Jamie's made it up, then I think that's problematic. And it's kind of, sort of, we've been here before, haven't we? It's indicative of what we've had with some of these players, that there seems to be this air that when a manager tries to change things or tries to work them harder, a lot of them push back. And I think that's the wrong way to go. I think we need to see a bit more energy and effort from some of the players. You might say, well, energy comes with, not feeling knackered, but come on. For me, you should be able to go in and do video analysis and a warm down the day after a demoralizing defeat. You really should. And it's not a good look if players are asking for time off. I don't think so anyway. Get involved in the chat in the comments. Let me know what you think. There's another story doing the rounds here about Marcus Rashford. It says him and Ten Hag are barely speaking. And this is following on from the incident in Belfast. It's been reported everywhere, this, but I think it's come from the Sun. So whilst I put a lot of weight in what Jamie Jackson says, because I know he's a good journalist who does his own work, the Sun, for me, I take it with a massive pinch of salt. I really do. Hashtag don't buy the Sun. The Mail have picked up on it. They say Marcus Rashford and Ten Hag barely speaking after the Stars' 12-hour tequila bender in Belfast last month, as Man United staff fear the relationship has broken down irrevocably. We don't want to hear these stories. I don't know how true they are. Maybe he might have already done it. Maybe Marcus will come out. He's done it in the past when someone's ran a story that he's not happy with or he doesn't think is true. Maybe he'll come out and say, look, this is nonsense. Or he might not. But if he does, then we could all put that one to bed. Maybe Erik ten Hag will get asked about it ahead of the game tonight. Is there any issues with you, Marcus Rashford? I hope there isn't. We need Marcus Rashford playing well. He hasn't been playing well recently. He had a little bit of a better spell where him, Højlund and Garnacho really linked up well together, and it looked like we might be getting somewhere. But the last couple of games in particular, especially the Fulham game, he's just not looked at the races. So the last thing we need is him falling out of the manager, if it's true. But like I said, I'm not 100% confident it is, because like I said to you earlier, it seems to have come from the Sun. Also, another bit of an update. We know that there's injury worries concerning Bruno and Harry Maguire. Yesterday, I think the manager in his press conference mentioned the fact that Raphael Varane, Harry Maguire, and Harry Maguire's been ruled out. Let me get this right. Harry Maguire's ruled out. Fernandes, who's never injured, Bruno Fernandes, and Raphael Varane are doubts for Wednesday. I mean, you need all three of those players, really. This is a bit of a big game, to say the least. It's a must-win game. I hate to say must-win because then you lose it. People go, well, what's changed? I feel like this is. I feel like if Manchester United go out of the FA Cup at this round now, with only top 4 or 5 to aim for, I think Erik Ten Hag's going to struggle to keep his job. I really do. I might be wrong, but I do. I just think it's so deflating when you've got no silverware to play for, when your only sort of ambition is just to finish in the top 4 or 5, because 5th place might well end up being Champions League places. It sort of knocks the wind out your sails, doesn't it? And as a fan, you want to be thinking, we might have a trip to Wembley, might be able to win something in the season. You're just thinking, we might get 5th place in the Premier League, and if City win the Champions League, that might be enough for us to get into the Champions League next season. That's not what I'm about. That's not what I'm about as a Manchester United fan, and I'd be surprised if many are as well. Yes, you want to get into the Champions League, and that should be a given, but if that's the only thing you've got to play for in February, then something has gone drastically wrong this season. And it knocks me a bit sick, to be honest with you, because you're looking at Manchester City, the way they played last night against Luton. Was it 6-2 in the end? I turned it off after. I was flicking through different games and I saw that Erling Haaland had scored about 5 goals. And I thought, yeah, that's enough for me. I mean, we've got that small matter, haven't we, going to the Etihad this weekend. I'm not looking forward to that. I think I've been looking forward more to going to the dentist than I am of looking forward to going to the Etihad. So the last thing you want to be doing and going into that game is getting knocked out of the FA Cup tonight against Forest. But we'll wait and see. Let us know. Get involved in the chat in the comments. What do you think about all these rumours of the players not being happy? Of Marcus Rashford, you put anything in that? Of the players asking for the day off? I don't know. Never ends at Manchester United, does it? It's like Britney Spears says, another day, another drama. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Make sure you are hitting like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to be back later on tonight with the watch along for the Nottingham Forest FA Cup game. So hit subscribe so you don't miss out on that. I've been Jay Motty in a kitchen in not so sunny Salford. Thanks for watching.